Histology of small intestine. Small intestine has 4 functional layers from luminal aspect to the outside. So, from inner to outer, it is mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, serosa or adventitia. Main functions of small intestine are to complete the digestion of food by producing digestive enzyme and secreting mucus, absorption of useful products of digestion into blood capillaries or lymphatic capillaries. The digestion of food by producing digestive enzyme is provided by the intestinal glands or the crypts of Lubeckin. There are a Brenner's gland present in the duodenum which secretes mucus and goblet cells throughout the small intestine which secrete mucus. To absorb the digested products, the surface area of absorption is increased by certain surface modifications. These are plica circularis or otherwise called as valves of Kerckring, villi and microvilli. The plica circularis or submucosal projections, the villi or mucosal projections, the microvilli or self-surface projections. The plica circularis are visible to the naked eye. They are permanent folds. They are made up of mucosa and submucosa. So, here you can see a core of submucosa covered with mucosa. So, the whole thing is one plica circularis. The plica gradually decreases towards ileum, but it is absent in the first part of the duodenum. This plica increases the surface area about 4 folds, and it is important that it slows down the passage of contents so that the food has sufficient time for getting digested and sufficient time for the digested products getting absorbed. So, these are plicae circularis seen in a gross specimen. They are permanent folds. Villi are finger-like projections with a core of connective tissue. This is the lamina propria extending into the core of villi covered with the epithelium. So, the core of connective tissue has blood capillaries and a lymphatic capillary called as lacteal, which is important in the absorption of the fatty substances. The number of villi decreases as we proceed towards the ileum, and the presence of villi gives a velvety appearance to the small intestine in the naked eye. Microvilli are cytoplasmic extensions of the intestinal absorptive cells. And these microvilli are regularly arranged and they give an appearance of brush border or striated border under light microscope. The surface is coated by a glycocalyx coat which has brush border enzymes. We will see the components of mucosa, the epithelium, lamina propria and the muscularis mucosa. So, these are the components of the mucosa. The epithelium covers the villi and the area between them. So, the epithelium covers the villi and also the surface which is present between the villi. And the epithelium is simple columnar type with striated border. The presence of microvilli giving a striated appearance. The lamina propria is filled with intestinal glands or also called as crypts of Lubeckin, has blood vessels, lymphatics and lymphatic nodules which are part of gut associated lymphatic tissue. And the third layer of the mucosa, that is the muscularis mucosa, which consists of smooth muscle arranged in 2 layers, inner circular, outer longitudinal.